Theologian. I like to stay connected with you, so if you could follow us if you would like on Facebook at The Hippie Theologian, or on our YouTube, which is called The Hippie Theologian, or on Instagram at The Hippie Theologian. Today we are looking at what it means to be both king and shepherd, and how do those two intermingle, particularly in the Near East and Old Testament. So let's look at the Lord as my shepherd, which we find this motif in Psalm 23, and look at it in its ancient Near Eastern context. So how can somebody be both Lord and shepherd? That is something that's a bit different in Western context. So one appears to be least of these, while the other appears to be of high honor. So however, various cultures of the ancient Near East viewed God as both shepherd and suzerain, or governor, king. So shepherds seem to be, a lot of people think that shepherds are the lowest, denominators on the social ladder in the ancient world. But there are equivalent to kingship. So why is this used? What do kings do that are like shepherds? And what do shepherds do that are like kings or governors or the suzerain? So, including worshippers of Yahweh are seeing this or believing this too. So as we see in Psalm 23 with the phrase, "The Lord is my shepherd." Now, a suzerain is described to be a feudal lord and a sovereign, or somebody who's exercising political control over a dependent state. A shepherd, in the Hebrew, is defined to be a herdsman, a ruler, or a close friend. So where else do we see the imagery of God? Israel's not a culture solely unto itself, but it's a puzzle piece within a larger regional culture. So let's take a look at a few of the surrounding cultures to further understand the Bible's theme of suzerain shepherd. So in Egypt, Pharaoh was not only ruler, but the son of Ra, the solar god. So the son of Ra, these headdresses are a derivative of Lower and Upper Egypt, and this is unified. The one with both is unified Egypt. Senusert, who lived between 1991 and 1961 BC, said that Amen, quote, "Amen appointed me shepherd of this land." Okay, Amenhotep III, who lived between 1398 to 1361 BC, is, quote, "the good shepherd, vigilant for all people, whom the maker thereof has placed under his authority." So Pharaoh is seen as the son of Ra, who's the solar god, or Amun-Ra, and he is to take care of the people as if he was a shepherd. So let's take a look further into this. This royal shepherd attribute continues after death as well. So one pyramid has records of a monarch's statement at the arrival of afterlife as saying, "I've come to you, Father. Place the crook in my hand, that the head of Lower and Upper Egypt may be bowed." We also see this imagery on many of the sarcophaguses that we find in Egypt. So in Psalm 23, it talks about "thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me." And notice that you see those items on the sarcophagus of Pharaoh, or statues of Pharaoh, So he leads and guides and, disciplines and corrects, tends to. That's the kind of imagery that a king and shepherd, both king and shepherd are one, in that the leader is supposed to absorb all that and take on those characteristics. So this crook is seen again on sarcophaguses of pharaohs. This imagery is also revealed in Psalm 23, like I said, and it says, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will feel no evil, for you are with me. And again, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You see that here. So we see the suzerain shepherd theme in other Near Eastern cultures as well. So the suzerain or royal shepherd is also seen in ancient Mesopotamia. Decided to play that sound for you. In a Sumerian poem from the 4th millennium BC, the god Dumuzi becomes the supreme shepherd. So these rulers are to keep the sheep. These Mesopotamian sheep are referred to also as, quote, the dark-headed people, and they are to be kept in order. So what can we say to this? What does this mean for us? In our own lives, is it one or the other or both? Is God, do we see God as king versus shepherd? Shepherd versus king, or do we see God as both? So hopefully, Lord willing, God will reveal to us the truth of his character, which is both a king who rules and a shepherd who tenderly cares. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you stay safe and healthy. Happy New Year. God bless, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.